Hello and welcome to another episode of A Few Minutes with Marvin. I inspire those who aspire to make positive changes in their lives. And this is just an update video on following up on the last few videos I did, because it's all culminating, right? So for me, this is how these synchronicities are working, right? I'm following my intuition. I'm taking blind leaps of faith. I'm asking for resistance, right? So now, what is that teaching me now? And it's only been a few days since I've been on my new journey, my new path. And as I stated earlier, I was going to take blind leaps of faith. I wasn't going to plan it out. I have a map. I know the destination. I got to my first destination. It was more magical than I could ever have imagined or planned it to be. Why? Because I just let go. And I allowed whatever was meant to come in. And it came in droves and in ways that I couldn't even imagine. I've put other videos up, a link here about being of service, right? And not going out to look for service, but being aware of the opportunities to be of service. And man, did they show up in the unlikeliest of places with the unlikeliest of people. And when I was there in the moment is when I recognized the opportunities to be of service. And it manifested in different ways for the different individuals. People that I truly love. And I just allowed the moments. I held space and silence when I needed to hold space and silence. I spoke my truth every single time without worrying about whether it would offend them or if they were on their spiritual path. And to my surprise, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but everything fell in alignment. I was meant to have conversations with certain people, and they were ready to have those conversations. It's about them when you're trying to be of service. I took myself out of the situations, and I didn't pre-think. I didn't have scenarios in my mind, right? I didn't feel like I had to find resources, give them more resources, and to follow up. None of that. I let it go. We had those moments. Now they're gone. I even pulled out tarot cards, and I'm not a tarot reader, but I was blessed with a gift of tarot cards from my coach. I said coaches need coaches. On my way out of Virginia, and I had a resistance to opening the pack because, I'm like, do I really need it? Once I let go of that resistance, holy Moses, it just was meant to be, right? And that was a messenger for me. So it's all about really just blindly following. If it came into my now moment, accept it, receive it, right? It's that law of giving and receiving. And what I've also realized too is I've planted so many seeds that I forgot about them, right? So now things are just coming to me. I mean, literally, the law of attraction. I'm not thinking about anything, but people are offering things to me, giving me things, and instead of me going, no, I don't need that, I'm like, sure, why not? In one of my last videos, I went and found a tent because I needed another tent, and I purchased it, and no problem. I get to a family member's home a few days later, and they gave me a humongous 6-man tent that they weren't using. It was brand new, and my first instinct is like, I don't need something that big. I don't have any room in the truck. But I was like, no, thank you. I received it. And the first opportunity that I got to put it up, it was a cinch to put up. I was living in a mansion, and it was pouring rain out those 2 days that I used it first, and I was just fine, right? And the other one would have worked out too. The other tent would have been fine, but I was way more comfortable in this because I could just zip it and walk in. I could stand in it, versus having to crouch down or, be off balance. So just that's what I'm experiencing now, because I'm letting go and I'm accepting and I'm receiving. So what are you still holding on to? What are the doubts? What are the fears? What are the resistances you're still having? I'm making this video to hopefully inspire you to let those go, right? Experience them. Let the resistance be there. If there's a resistance, say, what are you? Who are you? Why are you? Sit with it and go, all right, you want to be experienced? I'm going to experience you and let you flow through, and then let it go. I release you with love. It's that simple. Have your mantras, right? But make sure you have these mantras with conviction, and ask for confirmation, and ask for resistance, and then confidently say, I don't have any more resistance. That's going to happen to me. Doesn't matter when. I'm going to allow it to unfold naturally. And it will. It will. It will. This is my confirmation. I've confirmed quite a bit. But I'm also allowing and seeing and then catching myself drifting sometimes as I'm driving many miles. Finding out where my thoughts are and whether those thoughts are in alignment with me and where I am now in my path. Or am I having recurring dreams that I need to address about people from my past, which I have been. And in the past I was like, well, I'm going to have to go see these people. And now I know, no, I've released those beautiful souls. And at some point I may circle back to see them, but this wasn't the moment for that, right? And then I'm projecting forward and saying, well, I'm going to go through here. Maybe, do I know somebody there? Let me look those people up. I tried that, and I don't have a way to communicate with that specific person. So I know now, it's like, no, you don't need to plan that. Who knows? I may run into them going through town. You never know. I'm going in that direction. So that's my update. Things are working out, right? My mantra, things are always working out for me. My other mantras, I have everything I need. And so do you. You just have to really embody it and make it your truth with conviction and confidence, still holding humbleness and humility, right? It's a balance. It's a balance of not being too cocky or not being too unsure or too worried, right? You need to have a little bit of both. Strong confidence, a little bit of worry. Balance. Balance. That's what this journey is all about. It's going to teach you where to be, when to be, how to be. Synchronicity is going to be there. You know, when I left the campsite I was at today, early today, I wasn't sure what direction I was going to be heading. I was pretty clear on which way I was going to go. But during meditation, just one word came in. And I was like, I'm going to remember that word after my meditation. I'm going to plug it into the maps. See if there's such a destination that's heading that direction. And there was. And that's where I am now. Of course, it would bring me to woods, wouldn't it? I put the destination, didn't worry about where it was, how I was going to get there. It actually was an hour longer. People would say it's an hour out of my way, but it's not out of my way. It's just an hour longer than I would have taken to get to another state. But it doesn't matter. I don't have a plan. So I just went with it. And it brought me to a forest outside of a humongous city. So I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier. And it's confirmation after confirmation that I'm getting with the numbers and synchronicities and everything, and the people who are reaching out to me. There's nothing to worry about on your spiritual path. It's not about throwing caution to the wind. It's about trusting your instincts. You've done the work. You're getting the information. Align yourself to receive the information. And even if it's a word that you've never heard of before, it has a meaning. Look it up, right? And I know that I'm very well protected. I got a new spirit animal that showed up in a photo that I took here, that when I go back to my truck, I'm going to look up because it means something. And I didn't even find it, right? I'm just sending pictures to certain people of where I am, and they're like, what's that? Circling. And what's that? And it happens to be my sister who's doing this. She's extremely gifted. So I have help along the way. I'm asking for help energetically, and I'm receiving it. So it all comes full circle, and it all is very meaningful. You have to be in alignment to receive. You have to be humble But you have to be courageous and confident at the same time. You have to know deep in your soul, not in your head, your heart, your solar plexus, your intuition, that you are safe and everything will work out exactly as it's meant to, always for you. That's what I'm doing, with confidence and love, but with humbleness, humility, giving thanks along the way. That's all energy. And from my perspective, energy is all I need. So my energy will always be positive. And when I walk into a space like this, I thank this Mother Earth, the beings that are around, right? The animals and birds and the trees. I thank them for allowing me to be in their space, because this is their space, it's not mine. And I walk with humility and humbleness and respect for these beings. And I didn't catch it on camera, but a deer first scampered off, kind of caught me off guard. I got a little scared. And then as I'm coming back down the trail, it was right there again, and looked at me and just walked away this time. It wasn't scared, I wasn't scared. Just, for me, this confirmation that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. And they are allowing me to be here. And I'm very well protected, although I have no fear. You know, I don't project fear. I don't embody it. And if it's there for that second, even with that deer, I allowed it to be there and I allowed it to flow through. That's how simple this can be. Let it be simple. It's the message of this video. My life is so simple now, and I'm just going. So, get out of your comfort zone. But start, if you're having confidence issues about yourself and your visions and your dreams and your lack of patience, right, to stay on your path, I can certainly help you get through that. I am a spiritual transformation coach. Here's the link to my website. Give me a shout. Let's talk. And I can share what I'm doing for me. And if it inspires you, great. And if not, then we can find other ways to get you inspired to really start taking those leaps of faith with belief and trust, faith in yourself, but with conviction and confidence, right? Will to do it, the faith to take those leaps of faith, but to do it with gratitude and humbleness. And all of that is a balance, an equal balance that you have to live, no matter where you are in your life, whether you intend to make any changes or not. Stay out of your comfort zone. Follow your heart. Take your blind leap of faith. And be who you are meant to be and have the experiences that you are meant to have. Lovingly, willingly, openly, and always thank the source of all, Creator, and your higher self, and your angels, spirit guides. They're there. You don't have to see them, but they manifest so that you can continue your journey with confidence. Stay confident, my friends. The journey is amazing. Allow it to be amazing for you. And as always, have an amazing day.